Hi, I'm Hayden Phillips, and today I'm standing in front of the amazing 2014 Honda CBR 500R. Now this one comes in gloss black, which looks absolutely stunning. So this one comes in black, and as you can see here, it shows off Honda's aerodynamic design and subtle curves. These massive air pockets here help this thing stay cool in almost any situation. Now this thing's been designed with the rider in mind, featuring a full fairing from the bigger brother of this being the 1000RR and 600RR, which are Honda's racing bikes. Now what this means for you is that it decreases drag, increases rider comfort, and improves fuel efficiency. Weighing in at a healthy 198 kilos, this bike is light and nimble for almost everyone. Now this one is LAMS approved because it is only a 500R, meaning anyone who wants a bike can choose this one because it's good looking, reliable and reasonably quick. Now this bike is very good for beginners because this one is actually very forgiving like a smaller bike, and also comes with the optional extra of ABS brakes, meaning this thing will come to a stop without skidding in almost every single situation you can put yourself in. So you may be wondering why ABS brakes are important. Well, here's a real life example. Now brand new, this bike comes in at $11,000, but these days you can pick them up for a modest 4 to 6 grand depending on condition and other factors, including the amount of kilometres it has and wear and tear on the bike. Now this one is in very good condition, as we can see here, so this is more in your $6,000 price range. And some of you may ask, I could go and get a car for 6 grand, but you know, why drive when you can ride? Now I do realise riding isn't for all, but for those who want to, this bike is an excellent contender for everyone who just wants a little commuter to get around town, or even a bigger bike to go on a little bit of a road trip with. So up the front here we have quite a modern dashboard which is digital. So we have the digital speedo, digital tachometer and digital odometer, including fuel gauge and time. Here on the left handle we have the pass lights, which we don't really use here in Australia very much. The high beams, which are very handy. The horn, which is quite loud for a bike this size. The indicators, left and right, and push into cancel. Now that's your standard layout on the left hand side, and on the right hand side over here we actually have the hazard lights, which are very good, the ignition and the kill switch. So essentially after we hit the kill switch, the fuel pump injects some petrol into the engine, and then you hit the ignition and you're good to go. Now with most second-hand vehicles and bikes, they are usually installed with an abundance of aftermarket parts, and this bike is no exception. With this Yoshimura exhaust, which is an aftermarket part, makes this thing sound absolutely amazing. Now it has been paired to a different size sprocket which increases acceleration and can rocket this thing from 0 all the way to 100 kilometers an hour in just 4.5 seconds. Now this tank holds 15 litres of petrol. Now this will get you about 300 to 350 kilometres of riding. Now with rising fuel prices, this thing is exactly what you want. Now, what if you're not a learner rider and you're highly experienced and want another bike? Well, this beauty is good for everyone because it's forgiving for learner riders. It has enough acceleration and top speed for your experienced riders too. With 200 km/h top speed, how much faster do you want to go? As you can see here, this bike is very practical. With the two of us on here nice and comfortably, this thing could be used for many things, including large road trips with two people, or even just a large road trip by yourself. This thing is excellent for every kind of use you could use it for. So whether you're in the market for a new bike, a bike to learn on, or something to play with, this bike is for you.